650-265-1562.
Mid-South Lumber, where they treat you like family. Locally owned and serving the residents of Bay County for over 45 years. See Mid-South Lumber for all of your DIY projects, including windows, doors, siding, lumber, and millwork. Are you building a new home? Bring your contractor in to Mid-South Lumber and meet with a member of their sales team to discuss your framing, siding, windows, and doors. Mid-South Lumber, the biggest little lumber yard in Panama City. 717 West 11th Street.
Lowe's knows you want to get even more value for the holiday. That's why as a MyLowe's Rewards member, you get new member deals on holiday decor, tools, and more. And you earn points when you shop. More points equal more rewards to help you save on holiday and more. Not a member? Join for free today at Lowe's.com/MyLowe's Rewards. Because Lowe's knows deals. Program subject to terms and conditions. Points are awarded on eligible purchases. See Lowe's.com/terms for full details. Subject to change.
Signworks, a business serving businesses since 1985. Everything from signs and banners, vehicles and boats, magnetic and real estate signs, contractor signs, and much more. Signworks can do large format, full color printing too. Signworks, a real professional in the business world. Call Signworks at 785-8899. Signworks, 850-785-8899.
WPLQ Port St. Joe, WGSX Lynn, powered by Panama City Toyota.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
It's the next evolution of sports talk radio. The biggest stories and the biggest reactions.
Now.
And now we're taking
With the first pick.
This is the last ball you got in the bag.
the inside drive. From college to the pros, interviews with the newsmakers, sports betting, your phone calls, and more. And now, the inside drive with Ryan Mulvey. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Blow, blow, another Seminole wind. Blow like you're never gonna blow again.
Or win again.
Calling to you like a long-lost friend. Know who you are. And blow, blow from the Okeechobee all the way up to Micanopy.
Man, you gonna sing one about Georgia
That was an
today,
abrupt
too?
stop.
Yeah, like you gotta outro us.
We were
there,
like
Jacob.
vibing.
Yeah, throwing some Seminole wind shade on a Friday here in November.
Don't get your panties in a bunch. Don't get your panties in a bunch.
if
It's
I ain't-
just for grins. It's just for
What
grins.
if I ain't wearing panties, Jay?
Free balling today.
I can't get them in a bunch. No, I prefer the shorts with the liners.
Oh, okay.
One less thing you gotta wash. Look,
I mean, if you just don't wear anything at all,
that's true.
there's one less thing to watch.
That's Jay's
right.
cup of
That-
tea.
you got that
You were
right.
searching it up yesterday, sending me and David stuff. Right here in Bay County.
Oh, man,
Oh,
right?
wait, for our afternoon delight debrief, you sent a stats in for that?
Well, that's a whole nother deal.
Did you look that up?
Yeah, I did not, and I will. But, hey, I got on a whole nother tangent that I
clearly-
sent you guys last night.
Clearly.
Lord have
Clearly.
mercy.
I need you to go make an appearance and let us know how it is.
There's a whole nother world out there.
There's a lot of worlds out there that a lot of people don't dabble in, but hey.
But some do.
But some do indeed. All right, it's Friday. Clearly, we're off to a good start here on the Inside Drive, live on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City and Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe, along that beautiful, crisp, forgotten coast out there this morning. Going to be a crisp weekend as well, Jay Henley. You can download our free mobile app,
Google Play or Apple Store.
All you got to do is
104.3.
search it, though. You got to search it. You can't just mentally say in your mind 104.3 and it shows up. Although we're probably not that far away from that.
Not at all.
Just don't get the chip, Jay.
Dude, we're only like, I read this yesterday.
You read.
I read this. I mean, believe it or not, we're only about a few years away from being able to fly from here to London in an hour.
Were
Did
you
see
not
that?
here when I did that afternoon delight?
I don't know.
debrief?
Maybe not.
I swear. Was he not, David?
probably
when
was.
I
I
was
would've
talking
read
about
More
it?
than likely, if we're going by the laws of averages, no.
Yeah, no. That was a good chance.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, we were
Okay.
talking about how the Chinese aerospace was developing jets that could fly at Mach 4
Yeah.
and get you from like Beijing to somewhere in the United States in 2 hours.
That's
See,
insane.
I don't even want to ride those kind of planes because then it's like there's no chance of survival.
Oh, yeah. No, if that one goes down, you're vaporized, which may be better. I don't know.
I mean, I guess. I feel like if I could survive a plane crash rather than just, passing away, I would like to. I guess, there's really only one choice. Either survive or die, right?
Yeah, there you go.
I guess if dying is in the cards, then I would rather vaporize rather than having to suffer through.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
hey, whatever the Lord wills, the Lord wills.
There you go. Sounds like we just started an episode of Lost. Right? Isn't that how that show started, with a plane crash or
It
something?
did.
So I never got into
They got
that.
lost.
Yeah,
I do
they
know
didn't
that.
know where they were.
That's all I know.
Did they ever
about
get
that show.
found?
I don't know. I think someone had to check the lost and found.
Yep. A lot of stuff in that Lost and Found. A lot of sweatshirts.
That's why I go to Bayport. That's how I build my clubs.
Yeah.
Life hack.
Yeah, I lost a. What do you guys got in there? Oh yeah. That's mine. That's mine. I lost that.
Hey, I got one of them new TaylorMades over there. Actually, that one wrapped up right there. I think I lost that last week.
Yeah.
I lost some money to pay for it, that's for sure.
Oh, goodness.
That's right.
Goodness. All right, Jay. Where do you go to find Lucid Streams TV? That's one I don't usually ask you.
Boy, I do not have a clue. Internet?
That is a fact.
That's a starting point.
It's so elusive.
No, it's Lucid. It's not.
Lucid. Sorry.
Elusive stream. You'll
Yeah.
never find
You'll
them,
never
but you're
find
paying
it.
for them.
Yes, it's a great campaign. Actually, it's the.
That's what I watched last night, the campaign with Will Ferrell and Zach Galifianakis.
man.
That's why I was asking you what you watched
Yo,
last
that's
night.
a good one. What's he saying?
There's so many quotes. There's so many.
Oh my gosh, Zach is so funny.
Yep,
man.
absolutely.
Zach is so
It's a mess.
Absolutely.
That's his campaign quote. It's a mess.
But no, you
All
had
you gotta do is just touch it. Doesn't say
just,
that.
just touch it.
I think I've seen that one.
Oh,
I need
wow.
to. I need
Yeah,
to.
that is,
Is that kind of new-ish?
no, 2018. Oh, I guess,
well,
technically.
yeah.
Old? I mean, newer.
Yeah. Or within the last 10 years.
Do
Compared to
yourself
some
a
of the
favor.
movies
Okay.
y'all watch, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. That's true. We're living in the 90s still, 30 plus years ago. But no, ESPNPC.com, Jack.
Oh.
You just scroll down a little bit till you find that TV channel icon. That is Lucid Streams TV. Currently offering a free 3-day trial, and it's just a mere $40 a month for over 2,000 channels, 100 plus local TV channels from all across the country, 100 plus sports networks, all the pay-per-view events, 50 movie channels, entertainment networks, and all the news networks for you that you could possibly want. It includes the Netflix tonight. And Jay, guess what's happening tonight?
Yeah, Tyson Paul fight.
Yeah, kind of interfering with high school football playoffs.
Yeah,
It's right at the same time.
and Dateline and
Well, Dateline does start.
Is that
at
what
7.
you do for dates with Jay?
what?
Watch Dateline?
Yeah. There you go.
Dateline with Jay.
Or are you more of a ABC 2020 type of feller?
I
Both.
never got into
Both.
2020.
2020 is a little more dramatic. Like they add more music and like loudness and that kind
See,
of
I'm
stuff.
just giving you guys a little background music,
That's
yeah.
it. That's it. But yeah, no, Dateline's a little more serious. Although, I would love to be like, what do you call that? The host or the narrator, like
Yeah.
Keith Morrison
Like
or
David
something like that.
Attenborough.
Yeah, I'd love to be one of those guys.
Absolutely.
Keith Morrison's always like this.
Yeah. He's serious.
He needs some Botox too.
I think you got to be serious for those type of shows, right? Like you can.
Yeah, I don't think you should be joking around about it. Probably.
I couldn't narrate those things. I'd be like, and then you'll never guess what happened next. This woman came flying from the top of the ceiling. How do you get up on the ceiling without being Spider-Man? No one knows, but she
Spider-Woman.
did.
She did.
It's almost like, you remember Pee-wee's Big Adventure? Remember that one?
Yeah.
Where he goes, he's in that semi-truck and he goes, "It was a night just like tonight. Tell him Large Marge sent you."
Large Marge.
There's another one. A man of many voices.
He is.
But yeah, high school football tonight, but also the big fight. Jake Paul and Mike Tyson.
Lots of money on Tyson.
Lots of money on. I think a lot of
He
people
slapped him too.
Yeah,
last night.
give him a little slap. Jake Paul kind of came up like he was crawling up at him, and I guess Tyson didn't like that. Popped him in the face, and then popped back like he was ready to defend himself.
You want to be a baby? I'll slap you like a baby.
Yeah,
That's right.
absolutely,
Think
absolutely.
he's gonna eat his ear this time?
I think he leaves with both ears.
Eats.
Yeah, I don't think I think his ear eating stage is over.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
One was enough.
Yeah. Well, he did do 2, didn't he?
I think just Evander Holyfield that I'm aware of.
I thought he numbed on both sides. Maybe not. I thought he got another person.
Nah, I don't remember.
Well, that's an easy Google search, I would say.
How many years did Mike Tyson take a chunk out of? But yes, Jake Paul, Mike Tyson, it's been in the works for a long time now. Originally a little bit earlier in the year, got postponed to tonight, 7 p.m. Central Time. Jay, do you know where the fight is located?
Las Vegas?
No.
Or Texas.
Yes. Arlington Stadium. Yeah. Texas's AT&T Stadium take place tonight.
He did bite it twice. I think it was the same year.
Same year, but two bites.
The real Mill Holyfield.
Well, because he didn't get all the way through the cartilage in the first bite.
You gotta have some sharp teeth to rip through teeth, or rip through an ear.
He's not a vampire; he's a carnivore.
It's true. He was just hungry. The meat. He's just trying to get some protein to last through the rest of the flight. But yeah, it's Paul's Most Valuable Promotions is organized on it. It's sanctioned by the Texas Department of Licensing and Regulation. The rules, Jay, for the fight tonight: fighters will wear 14-ounce gloves as opposed to the standard 10-ounce gloves. Each round will last 2 minutes, opposed to the usual 3. There will be 8 rounds as opposed to the typical 10 or 12. And I think Mike Tyson's officially flipped the switch to being ready for this fight versus a lot of months leading up to this. He was kind of having fun with it and all that. But he certainly seems very, very serious and ready to put, quote unquote, Paul to sleep. He dreams a lot, rebutted Tyson, but this will not come true, young man. Netflix, 7 p.m. this Friday, coming up right at the same time as a lot of great high school football games, too. Playoff games kicking off. There's also a couple undercards in the fight as well. 2 of the top women boxers out there will be going toe-to-toe as well.
Is there a bet out there that he loses his lisp after this fight, maybe? That Mike Tyson loses his lisp?
No, but we can get on the horn with Hard Rock and see if we can have that.
I'll put $1 million I don't have that he doesn't lose his lisp. I don't think Jake Paul's going to knock the lisp out of him.
That's true. That's true.
I think he'll still be there tomorrow.
Mike Tyson, 57 years old. Jake Paul, 27 years old. Mike Tyson, 58 fights to just 10 for Jake Paul. 50 wins for Tyson, 9 for Jake Paul. 6 losses for Tyson, 1 for Jake Paul. 2 no contests for Mike Tyson, 0 for Jake Paul. 44 knockouts for Iron Mike Tyson, 6 for Jake Paul. Here's the tail of the tape, Jay. The height, 5'10" for Mike Tyson, 6'1" for Jake Paul. A little bit longer reach there. Weight, 150.
No, those guys aren't 150.
What does it say? 1.5 ST, 7 pounds? What does that mean? This is a terrible diagram.
I don't know because...
15 stones and 7 pounds.
Okay, that's a great way to...
Convert stones to pounds for me.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Stones is how they weigh in over the pond, as you say.
Are you serious?
Across the pond. Yeah.
Why are they weighing it like that?
Because I probably pulled a graphic from some European site.
Yeah, because Mike Tyson's 58. Jake Paul is 27, but Mike Tyson's 58.
Ooh, did he just turn 58?
June 30th, so no.
Snap, no, that was a little while ago.
That graphic might have been made before the first fight.
That's true. That's true. Insta followers, Jay, I know that's a big concern of yours. Mike Tyson's got 24.2 million. Jake Paul's got 26 million.
Oh.
Yeah.
So 15 stones is 210 pounds or 95.5 kilograms.
Kilograms.
Yeah.
That's a lot of kilos, Jay.
It is a lot of kilos.
Watch out for that Colombian Bam Bam. But yeah, what do you think? What's your prediction, Jay Henley?
If he's got to keep a wide base, Tyson's got to stay stable. Like he can't narrow his stance. He's got to get nice and wide.
He's got to watch out for that reach, though, Paul.
Yeah, he does.
He's a lot more experience, but it's been a while since he fought a fight worth any kind of magnitude or of any magnitude.
Personally, I do have a bet on this already. I've got Tyson.
Do you?
I do.
By way of what?
By way of
knockout, decision, technical knockout.
You know, that option was not given to me when I made the bet.
Probably, I was just curious what is he going to knock out Jake Paul? Is he going to win by decision?
I would say decision.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't think the iron fist of Iron Mike Tyson's going to crack right across Jake Paul's jaw?
No, I don't think so. What do you think?
I haven't really put a ton of thought into it yet, but that's why I brought it up this morning on the show. I think if Jake Paul can avoid an early big slug from Tyson, I think Jake Paul could potentially win it in a decision. I don't think he's going to knock out Mike Tyson. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. It's one of the most hyped I don't even know what you call it. I mean, it's a fight, but it's like an
exhibition.
Fight. Yeah, it's a celebrity fight, so to speak. But and
Celebrity death match. Jake Paul, the Disney star, going up against the Iron Fist of Mike Tyson, who's 58 years old.
Claymation.
He's a grandpa at best.
Claymation. That was good. Remember those on MTV? Celebrity Deathmatch?
Oh, yes, I do remember
Okay, you
that.
do remember. All right. I'm going to go with Jake Paul in a decision.
Oh.
Yep.
I think that that 99.9% of people who are either going to be watching this via Netflix or via whatever pay-per-view or Lucid Streams, whatever, 99.9% of people are going to be rooting for Mike Tyson. 90% of people have put money on Mike Tyson. However, I unless they're trying to build a rematch between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, that's the only way that Mike Tyson wins this fight tonight, unless Mike Tyson is just that much better. It was not been that long since Mike Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr. They were gassed by the third round.
Yep.
I don't. You're 58 years old, man. Do you have more boxing skills than Jake Paul? For sure.
Yeah.
But at some time, Father
30
Time
years
is
is
going to play a role in this. Jake Paul has gotten better as he's gone along, but advantageously speaking, for the future of this celebrity boxing, being able to get if Mike Tyson just makes Jake Paul look like a fool, then they're losing their upper hand that they have. So with that being said, I think if it's a reality fight, it goes the distance. If it's a scripted fight, I really don't know, but Jake Paul's going to win.
Yep.
And that's kind of where I stand on the whole situation. I'll be rooting 100% for Mike Tyson just because I think that's what we all want to see, but I don't think that it plays out like that, because if Mike Tyson wins this fight, they either round two this thing or fight two this thing, but it also loses steam for the Jake Paul corner of what they've got going on, because and Jake Paul looks like he's 8 months pregnant. So
yeah.
Does he really?
Yeah.
Jake Paul currently minus 240 on Hard Rock. Mike Tyson plus 185. The winning method, Jake Paul by decision, is plus 260. Jake Paul by KO or TKO or disqualification is plus 150. Mike Tyson by decision is plus 850. And then Mike Tyson by KO, TKO, or a disqualification is 250. And then, of course, you could bet the tie at plus 900. Total rounds, 5.5 is the over-under, Jay. Over is minus 130, under plus 105.
Interesting.
What do you think on that one?
I like the over.
Do you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So does Hard Rock, apparently.
I mean, I just think somebody with legendary status like Tyson, I just feel like it never leaves him. I still feel like he's going to be able to kind of juke and jive around a bit and kind of get Jake Paul tired. I mean, he's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think somebody that legendary status doesn't lose much, even though he's 58.
Well, I think like what David was saying, I think, he doesn't lose his technique and his form. I mean, that's still, he's worked so hard on that. But 58 years old, you're just natural. You're going to lose the testosterone, the stamina, all those things. And if Jake Paul doesn't attack him a lot in the early rounds and kind of dances around a lot, and you know, the other factors in it, like what do they got to do in this fight to set up additional fights to continue the promotion and to continue the money? So there's multiple factors that come into it. But hey, regardless, it's coming up tonight, 7 p.m. on Netflix, right here in the Central Time Zone. Do want to give a big shout out to both UA soccer teams both UA middle school teams playing right now. The soccer team got a win 2-0 over North Bay Haven. That's the boys team. And then a big week for the UA girls. They took down Jinx earlier in the week, and they took down Mowat last night 27-25 in a great middle school basketball game. Kind of back and forth, intense, a good time. But congratulations to those UA Eagles on both the field as well as the hard court, Jay Henley.
Yes, sir.
All right, a lot of high school football coming up tonight. We'll talk about some of them more a bit later on. We'll dive into the one that'll be right here on ESPN Northwest Florida. Afternoon Underdogs, we get going at 4 o'clock with Brian Haddad. And then, of course, the pregame show from 5:30 to 6:30. And then David Hayes and Robert Fleming will have the pregame and the call right there from Tommy Oliver Stadium. Just bring your phone. You can stream Netflix. You can watch it. Maybe it'll end quick, and that way you'll be there for the high school football game.
That fight is not happening at 7 o'clock. That's when that's when the card is going to start. That fight's not happening until like 11 o'clock at night.
11 o'clock.
Are you serious?
What boxing Like,
But
you don't
it
watch
keeps
boxing
saying
and
it's
MMA?
starting at 7.
Yeah,
though.
the card is fighting at 7.
I've read a bunch of stuff that said the Tyson-Paul fight will start at 7. If that's the case, that changes everything. And I know. Yeah, your cards start at 6, and then the main event in UFC doesn't go until midnight and stuff like that.
Let's find out, because I've never seen anything advertised this fight will happen at this time, because then it would be pointless to. So let's see how many fights are even on the card at this point. So you've got your there's 4 cards on the that fight's not happening until about I would say at best 10 p.m. at best.
And you can't record on Netflix, can you?
No, but you can go back and watch it.
Okay.
It's streaming. You can go back and watch anything streaming.
But you got prelims and everything, so I'll try to find out when the prelims
Yeah, it
are gonna be
says the
starting.
bout's set to start at 7 p.m., but the actual fight time for Tyson Pone is not known yet. Their bout is the last bout of the night, so we'll be waiting all night. It's maybe now we'll go to the Mosley football, okay? Because Liam's amped up.
I know a guy that's going to be there. So.
I know a couple. But yeah, he's been amped up to watch this, so I've got to make sure we're around for that as well. But yes, Mosley and Fleming Island getting to going tonight at Tommy Oliver Stadium. The field looks fantastic. Mosley in the end zone. Jeff Peterson and his crew has done a wonderful job getting that field ready for a big-time playoff game tonight. Fleming Island brings a lot to the table coming over from the Jacksonville area. I was looking at some of the stats, David, and their quarterback is pretty spectacular.
One interception, I believe.
One interception, and not only has he thrown for a bunch of touchdowns, but Sebastian Broughton has also ran for 628 yards and 8 touchdowns, in addition to his 21 passing touchdowns and only 1 interception, carrying a 144.5 QB rating into this playoff game against Mosley. So
good thing he's good. They spell his name Sebastian with a C.
C-I. I was like,
how'd you get away with that one?
I had a guinea pig named Sebastian.
How'd y'all spell it?
Yep, the way you're supposed to.
The way you spell it.
Sebastian.
Oh, I-A-N.
Sebastian.
Sebastian.
Like the lobster from Little Mermaid. Right?
Yep.
Sebastian.
And then what was the name of your dog from yesterday?
Murphy.
Murphy.
Yep.
Yeah, old Murph.
Murph, yeah. He was crazy.
Yeah.
Portuguese water dog.
What was the first, was that your first dog?
Kind of. When I was born, my parents had 2 dogs. But that was the dog that, I don't want to use the word replace, but that we got, once those 2.
My first dog was named after my first word. Cookie.
Ooh.
That was your first word?
Yeah.
No kidding.
I would have thought hot sauce.
That's right. Well, I wasn't introduced to it at that point in time.
Most babies aren't introduced to hot sauce.
I was out gallivanting around, having to get brought home by the neighbors and whatnot, running through rattlesnake gardens and stuff.
Nice. Gallivanting, such a fun word. We got to take a quick break, though. We got to get Joe Bond on the line. It's Friday, and he's going to go through his rankings, his start and sits, and get you ready for your fantasy football. A lot of crazy buys this weekend. A lot of big-time players sitting on the bench. So you may need to find a couple people to help get over the hump this week as we're progressing closer to the playoffs. You're listening to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back with Joe Bond from Fantasy Six Pack.
ESPN Northwest Florida. It's the Coach James Hale Show.
Steve Moss is with us, Coops with us, Big Dave.
I played football, guard and tackle. I guarded the water bottle. Anyone tried to take it, I tackled him.
What about baseball?
I played a little baseball, but nowhere near the level.
What position do you play?
Left out.
Weekday morning 7 to 9. ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a gentle breeze out of the north-northeast, clear skies, and 73. Clear skies tonight, colder at 56 and a wind out of the east-northeast around 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow, sunny and a light breeze right around 6 miles per hour with a high of 74. About the same at 75 Sunday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Well, it's that time of the year again, folks. Yep, Christmas is right around the corner. And to avoid the stress and rush, Tracy's Fine Jewelry is starting our Christmas sale early. That's right, all color gemstone jewelry is on sale now for 60% off. Rubies, emeralds, sapphires, tanzanites, opals, and more. Mark it off your list and lay away now. At Tracy's Fine Jewelry, we love to save you time and money. So avoid the rush and come see us at Tracy's Fine Jewelry, where Santa shops.
Attention homeowners, are you dreaming of a backyard oasis? Look no further than S&R Fencing, your go-to destination for quality outdoor transformations. At S&R, they specialize in crafting custom fences, decks, retainer walls, and all exterior construction that not only enhances the beauty of your home, but also stands the test of time. Their experienced team takes pride in delivering top-notch craftsmanship with a personal touch. S&R Fencing, locally owned, licensed, and insured, and a member of the BBB.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. He gives out raw scallops and Time magazines for Halloween. Jay is part of the Inside Drive. ESPN Northwest Florida.
3:30 in the morning, not a soul in sight.
KC.
City's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night.
There's Casper.
Raindrops on the windshield, there's a storm moving in. Heading back from somewhere that he never should have been.
Go away.
And the thunder
Roll Tide.
And the thunder rolled.
Jay Henley, ladies and gentlemen, bringing us back in. It's Friday. It's 11:20 segment. That means one thing. It's our good friend on the line, the founder of Fantasy Six-Pack. He is en route in his car right now, so we worked it out. We're going to dive through all of our normal stuff. Joe, how are you doing today?
Good. How you doing?
Oh, we're doing good. Sounding loud and clear up there. Looking good. But yeah, it's week 11, and Philadelphia Eagles now leading the NFC East after that victory last night. A couple quick touchdowns there by Saquon Barkley after an interesting decision to go for it on their own 26. But yeah.
You had to lead with that. You do know I'm a Commanders fan.
I know.
Yeah.
But you guys are still right there, though. Still right there.
And command to second place in the East.
Hey,
I'll be honest. I think Daniels is hurt, man.
He looked slow. He looked slow yesterday.
He looked slow, and some of those passes that are like right in front of him, he's not able to like push through when he's throwing the ball, and he's throwing them at his receiver's feet.
Oh yeah, there was a lot. I was
bad,
watching that a lot with my son last night, and Liam's like, "Why does he keep throwing it in the grass?" I said, "Look, he's not getting his push. He's not firing through that ball." And I think the rib cartilage injury must still be kind of hanging around, and they had extra padding on him that carbon stuff. But man, and his scrambling ability wasn't as elusive as it normally is. But hey, they're still right there. They're in the playoffs as we speak. Everything's still out in front of them. So certainly a different scenario than last year and the years prior. No doubt about that. All right. Usually you dive through your rankings. Since you're on the road going to an appointment, you sent them to me, and I'll kind of go through your top 5, and then you can kind of explain, and I'll ask a couple questions on why. So we'll start with the running backs. You've got Christian McCaffrey back at the top in this week coming up, week 11 in the NFL season, followed by Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Saquon Barkley, who obviously proved to be pretty good last night on those 2 quick touchdowns.
I wish I'd had number 1.
Yes. But hey, you never know. Christian's back in the mix now against a team that's not really good at defending the run. And then, of course, number 5, you have De'Von Achane. So what's the reasoning behind McCaffrey being 1 and Mixon being 2 in this week?
I mean, it's Christian McCaffrey. I mean, first week back, he looked good. He didn't get a full workload. I expect that to increase. Even with a limited workload, he got, 16, 17 PPR points?
Yeah, like 16.7, something like that.
He's a monster, man.
Yeah.
Like, he gets the ball. Good things are going to happen. So just slide him right back up top. I trust it.
And he's such a game changer for the Niners in the red zone. We were at that game last week, and there was just a few plays that, watching every game like I do every year, that, inside the red zone, a lot of times things break down. It gets blitzed. He doesn't have that. And there was multiple times where McCaffrey was there, including a great wheel route that you just love to see McCaffrey with, and, getting him back in. I mean, he only had 39 yards on the ground, but he paired that with 68 yards in the air. So that's certainly what we were missing, obviously, with Jordan Mason and Isaiah Guerrero, who were great on the ground, but just don't have that passing and that route running ability that Christian McCaffrey has. So
yeah, absolutely.
Good to see him. Good to see him back in there. All right, let's jump in the wide receivers. Jamar Chase, number 1. Justin Jefferson, number 2. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 3. A.J. Brown was definitely the favorite target last night over Devonta Smith. And then Puka Nacua at number 5. Any rhyme or reason between Chase and Jefferson? Obviously 2 of the top studs in the league. What do you like about Chase, number 1 this week, and Jefferson, number 2?
Yeah, so interesting that you bring that up, because it might change. I need to go crunch the numbers a little bit more, because about not even an hour ago, T. Higgins, it was announced that he's expected to play now.
Oh, okay.
So I'm still, Chase will still be really high up there, but he may not be number 1.
Gotcha.
Higgins on his first week back is usually a little rusty, a little off. It's just kind of the trend I've noticed with him. But having another playmaker in there will take a little bit away from him. Most importantly, what I do does for those tight end needy teams is Mike Gesicki's kind of out of the picture now at this point.
Yeah. And I see that. We'll jump right into your tight end rankings. Kelsey 1, Brock Bowers 2, George Kittle 3, Evan Ingram 4, and David Njoku coming in at number 5. And I see Gesicki, who I believe was in your top 5 last week, is now down there to number 8. So Kelsey obviously looking to be a big part of Kansas City's tough game against the Bills coming up this Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and honestly, I think I wasn't projecting Higgins to play, so Gesicki will probably drop even more. But yeah, I mean, when it comes to Kelsey, he's getting all the volume from Mahomes. Tough matchup, but it's Travis Kelsey and Pat Mahomes. They're good.
Yep.
So
no doubt.
We're good. We're plenty happy to start him.
No doubt. And then your quarterback rankings, obviously the game was played last night. You had Jalen Hurts, number 1, Lamar Jackson, number 2, Josh Allen, number 3, Brock Purdy again in your top 5 this week at number 4 with a great matchup against Seattle, and then Jaden Daniels at number 5.
Yeah, I mean, really, not a whole lot to really go, to say there. Obviously, probably missed on the Hurts and the Jaden Daniels. I don't think they're going to be. I would doubt that they both finish in the top 5. Daniels definitely won't. So, I thought it was a good matchup offensively for both teams. It just didn't work out that way until the fourth quarter, but it was all Saquon.
Yep. Saquon Barkley and some interceptions. And hey, it's we're approaching that time of year where it's starting to play cold football games. So it was 45 degrees, windy up there in Philadelphia, and now you're starting to see that shift into where the weather's going to be more of a factor besides just rain. All right, let's
talk to Jake Elliott about that win.
True, man. Yeah, he was missed 2 field goals and missed an extra point. He still hit his prop of 1.5 field goals because he did make 2. But yeah, just kickers carrying into this week. You've just had a tough go. Younghoe Koo, Jake Moody. Despite Jake Moody missing those 3, he made the one that counted at the end. But arguably, you could say that the Koo missed field goals led to that Falcons loss against the Saints. All right, I'll ask you a couple questions, and then we'll do a quick start sit at the end like we always do. Do the Eagles win the NFC East?
I do. I do think they're the superior team to the Commanders. Much as as a fan I am a realist when it comes to the Commanders. They are playing a little over their heads right now. And so it's great to see them performing well, and I'm happy. For the first time in forever with them, it feels like, excuse me, but the Eagles are the cream of the crop when it comes to the NFC East.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. And really, I mean, the Cowboys and the Giants are so far down that it's certainly going to be a two-team race for the rest of the regular season. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Now, switching to the NFC South, the Falcons dropped a game that was a big one for the division last week against the Saints, and the Bucs obviously had a chance to win, and they're still not out of it though with the way the schedules are working out. But did the Falcons go on to win the NFC South?
Now, I was looking at the schedules for both of these teams, and you could have a legitimate case where the Falcons go 3-3, and the Bucs can go 6-5-1 the rest of the way, I think is what it is. I really do think it could play out that way. Will it? Probably not, because that's how the NFL works, right? I mean, come on, we all thought the Falcons would mop up the floor with the Saints last week, and they didn't.
Yep.
So the NFL is weird like that. So I'll finish off by just saying, yes, I do think the Falcons ultimately win it, but it's going to be closer, especially with Mike Evans coming back I think they're expecting next week.
Yeah. Yep.
So
absolutely.
That will make a huge difference for them.
Huge difference there. And Bucky Irvin is certainly, I got to see him up close and personal, and that dude is going to be special in the NFL for years to come. That's for sure. You kind of feel a little bad for Rachaad White. He may start, fading off into the sunset a little bit with as long as Bucky can stay healthy. But all right, next question I got for you. Obviously, a big game for him this weekend, but the Bills will be missing some of their offensive weapons. I know Cam Coleman will not be available for this game. Or Keon Coleman, I'm sorry. Cam Coleman's a wide receiver for Auburn. Do the Chiefs go undefeated? They have the Bills this Sunday, at the road on the Panthers, home against the Raiders, home against the Chargers, on the road against the Browns, home against the Texans, on the road against the Chiefs, and then finish out the season against those Denver Broncos. What do you think?
I mean, the schedule is set up super nice for them.
Mm-hmm.
They can get past this week, which I think they will, because the Bills' offense is probably going to struggle, a bit more than it usually would. Chiefs' defense is really good. Will they? Odds are no, and I would put money down that they don't. But it is looking very possible. Like, their schedule is super friendly.
Yeah, I mean, and they've gotten past some of the teams, and they've been down 8 out of the 9 games. And going back to last year, they've come back in, I think it was 9 total games we talked about yesterday. They were where they were down by 7 or more points in 1 point in that game, and they know the teams they're playing know. It's kind of like the Tiger Woods back in the day, where if he was close to the top of the leaderboard, you were in trouble. And when the Chiefs are only down by a score or so, you know that they got the ability to come back at any moment. All right.
I looked it up. They only have a margin of victory, of course, it's all 9 games, of like 6.4 points.
Yep.
I don't have any. I didn't compare it with anybody else, but that feels really low for a team that's 9-0.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been down in almost every game this season. And that's what's scary, is they're only going to get healthier as the season goes on. They'll get Pacheco back, get a few wide receivers back, a few defensive players back. So they're, as opposed to last year where everybody was like, oh, they're kind of struggling through the regular season, then they catch fire and make a nice run in the playoffs. This year, they're winning games when they've been down, they've been missing a lot of players, and they're only going to get better as the season goes on. And anytime you got 15 in the backfield with their pairing up with 87, it's always going to be a challenge. All right, real quick, the Chicago Bears, how many more games do they win? Seems like since that Hail Mary that happened against your Commanders, they've really gone downhill fast. They just fired Shane Waldron, their OC. Apparently the players were kind of the ones behind that one, rallying around, trying to get him out of there. But tough schedule for the Bears the rest of the way. They are home this weekend against the Packers. They're home next weekend against the Packers. They're on a bye week this week. And then home against the Vikings, on the road against the Lions, on the road against the Niners, on the road against the Vikings, home against the Lions, home against the Seahawks, and then finish the season on the road against the Packers. I could see a scenario where they don't win another game. Maybe 1 or 2, but it's going to be interesting to see how the season rolls out for the Chicago Bears and the number 1 draft pick, Caleb Williams.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was looking at the schedule, too, and I believe that Packers game is this weekend, but I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, it is. It is. I didn't realize it was the 17th already.
My fantasy. I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm starting Caleb Williams in one of my leagues, dynasty leagues. Thankfully,
there you go.
But yeah, no, I'm with you. I was looking at the schedule. It's tough. It's a lot of division games.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are outside of the division aren't easy either. I mean, I don't know if they win another game. I mean, unless the new OC, of course, it's the guy who came from Carolina. How much do we believe in that?
Yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
It's not good. The whole coaching staff is going to have to get tossed out after the end of this season.
Yeah. So that brings me to my next question before a real quick start-sit. Who's the next head coach to be fired, likely at the end of the season?
I don't know if it will be the end of the season. I actually would be shocked if Jaguars coach, I'm blanking on his name right now.
Doug Peterson? Yeah.
Doug Peterson. They have been miserable. They started off really well last year. Since then, 3-13.
Yeah, now they got Mac Jones leading the helm potentially for the rest of the year if that shoulder injury for Lawrence is as severe as they're saying it is. All right, let's go quick through a start-sit. Don't have to give a lot of reason, just if people are on the fence about who they're wanting to start. We'll go Jared Goff or Matt Stafford.
It's Jared Goff. I like his matchup this week.
Okay, I like that. Kirk Cousins or Bo Nix going against each other. Some say a must-win for both teams in this one.
It's going to be Bo Nix.
Rushing upside.
Denver's defense is too good to rely on Kirk Cousins.
Yeah. I mean, they held the Chiefs to a lowly 16 points there, and most of that came in the second half. All right, another in-game matchup: Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert.
This was tough. I'll go with Burrow now that he's going to get Higgins back, but it was much closer before because obviously the Chargers defense is one of the best in the league.
No doubt. And Joe Burrow coming off a 5-touchdown performance in a loss. Just some crazy things happened in the NFL, whereas Goff had 5 interceptions and had a win. All right, wide receivers, Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase? I know we kind of talked about him in your rankings. You had Chase 1 in that one. But if you had to, you'd like to have both, obviously. But if you had to start one over the other, who you starting?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, my rankings have Chase number 1 right now. But honestly, with Higgins back, I think it does just take that much away from him that I'll probably slide Justin Jefferson up top. But I've got to do all the crunching of numbers and all that stuff to really figure that out.
Yeah.
I didn't have time before the show, unfortunately.
No, all good. We just appreciate you coming on. And, of course, you had these guys back-to-back in your rankings, I think 5 and 6. That is Cooper Kupp or Puka Nacua. Same team start-sit.
Yeah, it's Puka Nacua. I mean, he's been just slightly better, getting a little bit more volume. He's super good. I mean, it's unbelievable how good he is, where he was, not even drafted in leagues in rookie drafts last year and stuff like that. So, amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And then another same game, same team decision. Juwan Jennings or Deebo Samuel? Juwan Jennings was just named the number 1 wide receiver for the rest of the season. Never played the X spot before, but that's going to be his honey hole the rest of the way there for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, I'll lean Deebo because you do know he's going to get involved in other aspects of the game. Now, that does get decreased with CMC back. But Deebo's just such a playmaker with the ball in his hands. Jennings is awesome, don't get me wrong. But
JJ.
Deebo's just...
he's going to get carries, too.
He's a different animal, man.
Yeah. If he can stay healthy and stay on the field, that's the tricky part with him. But
did you watch that Netflix thing, wide receivers? Every other episode he was hurt.
Yep, absolutely. I mean, he's hurt pretty much every game. But I mean, when you run through 16 guys every play, I mean, you're gonna get the crap beat out of you. It's just part of the NFL, unfortunately. But I love those the behind the scenes stuff with quarterback, receivers, all those, no doubt. All right, real quick, CMC or Jahmyr Gibbs? I already know this one. Your CMC's number 1 in your rankings.
Yeah, CMC's number 1. Yep. I'm locked and loaded with him.
There you go. Breece Hall or DeAndre Swift?
So Swift gets Green Bay.
Yep.
Brees gets who again?
Oh, who are the Jets playing? Hold on.
I guess. Sorry,
Colts.
I'm in the car. I don't have.
No, it's okay.
in front of
It's
me.
okay. I should have known that one. The Colts. All right, Jets, Colts. Yeah, there you go.
Colts.
Yeah.
Man, I'll go Hall. It's close though. It hasn't been easy with the Jets.
Yeah.
It's been ugly. It's okay. Like some games, bad others. Swift, the Chicago offense is just miserable though. So I can't play Swift over Brees Hall.
Yeah, no, agreed. All right, and then Kyren Williams or Najee Harris. I know the Rams have, who do they got? The Rams have the Patriots, and the Steelers have the Ravens.
Yeah, there's no way I'm playing Najee over Kyren Williams. That Ravens front, like the Ravens secondary can get beat.
Yep, 32 in the league, yeah.
No, thank you. I don't want nothing to do with that. In fact, Najee's behind a lot of guys that I would normally play him over this week.
There you go. Well, Joe, we appreciate you jumping on with us, and hopefully everything's good, and have a good weekend, and we look forward to talking to you again next week.
Yep. Thank you again, and good luck in Week 11.
Absolutely. Week 11, hard to believe. You guys listen to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida. We'll be right back.
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida is your home for the NFL.
Touchdown, Denver!
We bring you the biggest games every Sunday, Monday, and Thursday night.
Oh, he's got the first down!
Plus, we'll broadcast more college football games than ever before.
He did what?
Live NFL and college football play here.
Unbelievable!
104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
Los Rancheros has been doing it right for 20 years. Los Rancheros brings a top-shelf dining experience to you with the opening of their beautiful new building. Watch all college and pro games on Los Rancheros' 14 large-screen TVs with great drink specials daily from 2 to 5 and during all the games. Los Rancheros, the place for live sports and great food on 23rd Street between Jenks and Harrison.
Here at Panama City Toyota, Toyotathon is on, where you can get refined design and 3.99% APR on a new Camry, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Enjoy the ride in a new Corolla and get 3.99%, plus 90 days until you make your first payment. Or stand out in a new RAV4 and get 3.99% APR. Good cheer and great deals. Toyotathon at Panama City Toyota.
Offer expires December 2nd. Visit PanamaCityToyota.com.
Hey, struggling to make your brand memorable? At Jessica Larson Designs, I specialize in creating powerful logos, cohesive branding, and high-impact print and website designs that bring your business to life. I know how hard it is to stand out in today's market. That's why I work closely with small businesses across the U.S. to craft unique, eye-catching designs that leave a lasting impression. Ready to transform your brand from just okay to unforgettable? Let's connect at jessicalarsondesigns.com.
Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios. This is not for the casual fan. This is for the warriors. This is for the legends.
We came, we saw, we kicked its ass.
It's the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Never meant to cause you any sorrow. I never meant to cause you any pain.
But you did.
Trash. I only want one time to see you laughing. I only want to see you laughing in the purple rain. 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 I only want to see you laughing in that purple rain.
But I want to laugh in the green rain.
What color was that right there again, Jay?
Purple rain, baby.
There you go. Little Prince bringing us in on this quote-unquote 1140 segment at 1146.
Looks good with that full beaver moon out there.
The old full
Who don't
beaver.
love a full beaver
moon.
Full beaver anything. I like full beaver boots. I like full beaver burgers. Anything beaver, I'm all about it. That's why I go to Oregon State once a year just to get in them dams.
just a good old pelt.
That's why I like to play on those cool
love
season
pelting
grass.
beavers.
Yeah, cool season grass. Those big old beaver tail divots. Those are my favorite.
Those are.
They're they're easy to replace. You don't even need the sand or the divot mix, whatever you use. Yeah.
We do have a shout out request.
Shout-out request.
From Rob Johnson. He's up in Tennessee. Just past the Bristol Motor Speedway where the Braves and the Reds are going to be playing. But he asked for a shout out for his mom and hubby Butch. A shout out for Rob Johnson's family. They just got done playing a little round of golf up there in Tennessee.
Oh, nice.
Hey.
Nice. But it was a cool, crisp morning up there in the great state of Tennessee.
I bet it
What's
was.
the capital of Tennessee, Jay?
Oh, we figured this out. Nashville.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
We
wrong.
knew it the whole time.
Memphis, son.
It's at Western Tennessee.
I could have swore there was a Capitol building there in Memphis at one time. But I guess not.
It probably was.
Yeah.
At some point.
I mean, that's where Elvis, like Graceland is there, you know?
Yeah, you know. You ever going to play us any Elvis?
Oh,
That's
Great
more-
Balls of Fire.
That's more the Coach James Hale show, though. So,
Yeah.
especially on Fridays, Elvis Fridays.
You
Elvis Fridays?
nothing but a hound dog.
You got to shake them hips, Jay. I see the top button did come undone.
Yeah.
Speaking of beaver tails, beaver pelts. There's probably a lot of Elvis loaded in there. If I had
It is my best part in Forrest Gump whenever Elvis comes to the house. That was this one man that showed up and he could just move his hips. That was great.
That's a good movie.
That's
That's
great.
when you turn it on and you just leave it on.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Poor Jen A.
How many times have you watched Forrest Gump?
Too many. All the way through, though, probably less than 5.
So you watch it like how I watch movies.
Well, no, if it's like on like a channel and then you put it on like it maybe an hour in or whatever and then you watch it through the end.
Yeah.
But to watch it from start to finish, I haven't done that too many times.
Gotcha.
Because usually you're not like, oh, I'm going to go watch Forrest Gump because I have 6 hours to waste. It comes across on the TV and then you're like, I really like this movie, so I'm going to stick and watch it.
Yeah.
There's so many life lessons in Forrest Gump.
There really is. Yeah.
Chocolates, man. You
That's
never know
right.
what you're going to get.
That's right.
You just don't want to get one of them coconut ones.
Yeah.
You a big fan of the coconut one?
That's like Almond Joy, right?
No, those are almonds. Mounds is the coconut.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Almonds have
Almond Joys have nuts, Mounds don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we did a...
Mounds have mounds of chocolate.
We did a baby reveal. Before it was really a thing, we just gave Ryan, when Liam was born, we gave her Almond Joy. 'Cause Almond Joys have nuts. Get it?
Yeah.
Good. Now they do all these things with shooting poppers and cakes with blue and pink, and we were very, very... That was kind of before the baby reveal blew up everywhere. Now it's this whole ordeal.
I don't know. I mean, Liam, like, what's Liam now? Is he 9?
10.
10? Yeah, I feel like
Double digits.
Yeah, yeah.
Diaz. That's Spanish for 10.
Diaz. Once is 11.
Oh, yeah.
See?
Doce.
Trece.
Keep going.
14.
Quince.
15 y D.
See.
It went downhill there for you. You got to 15 and then you peaked.
What's 20? 20?
20.
Yeah.
21, 22,
20 ounces for Starbucks, right? 20.
Yeah. That's the way you remember. You remember how big that Starbucks venti is.
I went in for a tall the other day at Starbucks. Man, that thing ain't tall. I mean, God.
Yeah, it's like
That thing makes me look tall, daggone.
Starbucks is like the king of the oxymoron. Tall's the smallest. Wait, that's confusing.
That is confusing.
I don't know.
That's how they get you.
That is.
You're like, oh man, why is y'all's largest cheaper than your Ventis? What does Venti even mean? That kind of sounds small to me.
It does. Little venti.
Uh-huh.
Veni Vidi Vici. That's from Doug when he was the magician.
That's right.
Trying to impress Patty Mayonnaise.
That's right. Yeah.
Good times.
Good times.
Rocco's Modern Life, Wallaby. Gotta watch out with them escaped wallabies.
Yes, you do.
That's what we're getting for David for Christmas.
What's that?
A wallaby.
Okay.
You're like, all right, I'm for this.
I'm going to keep it right here in the studio.
Yeah.
So
What do you feed wallabies, Jay?
Bumblebees. No, we can't get rid of our bumblebees.
No, bumblebees are so
They're important.
Very important to our ecosystem.
Yep.
Would it get along with his kangaroo that he's eventually?
Nah, I'm just going to go with the wallaby.
Yeah, wallaby's a safer bet.
It's a little bit of smaller, and I'll probably get a little wombat, you know?
Ooh, wombat.
Feed them with a bottle.
Another part of the marsupial family.
Yeah. I'll get a little opossum, you know? Let him hang upside down, bring his little babies around with him.
Just keep your garbage.
Should be great.
You'll take care of the garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They look scary, but they're very friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just don't let them bite you. You'll get diseases, but that's okay.
Little rabies never hurt nobody except for Old Yeller.
Man.
It could be Crocodile Dundee.
It could be all of them.
Yeah. Literally one day, guys, y'all are going to be watching the cartoon and be like, man, some of those voices sound really familiar. Oh, he's doing all of them. My gosh.
He's like Seth MacFarlane of sports radio talk.
Right. That's right.
Just real quick, Jay, I know we only have a couple minutes. Some of the bigger college games coming up, obviously, do our pick 'em in the final segment. Although the spread's not close, I think it's maybe a little scary there for the Georgia Bulldogs. Tennessee Volunteers coming down to Athens. Georgia had a rough go last week against Ole Miss, looking to bounce back, or do you think they'll have a little bit of a hangover? Vegas doesn't think so, as they are a 9.5-point favorite against the Tennessee Volunteers. Tennessee Volunteers only one loss in the SEC. Georgia currently has 2, and that would be a predicament if Georgia had 3 losses, and all the arguments that the committee would do to get Georgia in the college football playoff with 3 losses. Georgia got to be worried about this game? What do you think? You are wearing your Georgia visor. Kirby Smart.
Well, they are, let's see, ranked 12th right now. I feel like that was a little bit of a shot in the ribs, if you will.
They did lose again. They do have 2 losses.
Kirby likes to use the word "we come to eat," and I think they'll come to eat.
An idiot.
And idiot. Yeah, which was great. I love that. What an idiot!
He did walk it back, though.
Say what?
He did walk it back, though.
Oh yeah. But it'll be a great SEC Saturday afternoon showdown, and I think Georgia does come out on top. Oh, it is?
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Night game between the hedges.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. Georgia comes out on top?
Yes.
Do they cover the 9.5?
I don't know about that. I don't know about that.
You never know about this team's covering. You usually live with the win and then not laying the points.
The money line. The money line.
Strategic.
Yeah.
Strategic.
What do you think about this Georgia-Tennessee game?
I think if I was Georgia, I'd be worried. Tennessee has got a huge opportunity in this game. Do I think Georgia's a better team top to bottom? Absolutely. But can Tennessee come in there with a good defense and it's going to live or die by Carson Beck again, man. He's been playing with fire all year, throwing a lot of picks, and you saw that come to fruition in the Ole Miss game. So I think if Tennessee's defense can play up to their standard and keep Georgia to a low points, and I forget how to pronounce his name. It's like Yamalaya Bava. It's got a bunch of extra syllables in there, and it doesn't look like it should. But if he has a decent game and the Tennessee defense plays, they could sneak out a huge win. This is a huge opportunity for Tennessee with only one SEC loss. Right now, they're vying for trying to find one of the spot into that SEC championship game, which likely will come down to the Texas A&M game at the end of the season. So, I think I like Tennessee squeaking out a close win in this late. Obviously, we'll do our official pick'em later on in the show today.
The game day hex will be there. I feel like Georgia, anytime game day's in Athens, Georgia never performs. So I'm just figuring this out.
You're taking Tennessee?
It's game day does that to Georgia for some reason.
Yeah, it really happened. Georgia and Texas, they were in Austin, not Athens.
So it's only in Athens. Right. It's only in Athens with game day, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
I'm going to look up and see if there's any factual thing to this particular.
I feel like, which they don't make it to Athens a good, Georgia doesn't get the love. Come on.
Y'all haven't played a home game since Mississippi State over a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the home hangover. It's a real thing.
It's just not a beautiful campus, and then you've got so many fancy cars speeding around.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
Yeah,
it's dangerous. I mean,
not a beautiful campus.
I mean, I'm just trying to get under your skin.
And the kicker is the guy that's kicking for however much money Pat McAfee does. He's got to watch out for a car running him over. Mm-hmm. That Saturday morning mimosa bucket will get to those Georgia Bulldog football players and start driving a little fast.
That's right.
But yeah, a couple other big ones. Obviously, Tennessee, Georgia is up there. Unranked Kansas traveling over there to BYU, and Vegas thinks that this is another one of those lines. David Hayes, BYU minus 2.5 at home against Kansas. You just look at that one, you're like, that looks so appetizing.
Oh, appealing, yes.
Appealing indeed. Oh, man. But, yeah, and then Missouri and South Carolina. Missouri is ranked 23rd in the AP. South Carolina's a 13.5 point favorite at home.
That's a stay-away one.
Yeah, that is a stay-away one. And then there's another interesting line. LSU coming off that dismantling that Alabama did to them. They're traveling over there to Gainesville. Huge game in the Swamp. LSU's only a 3.5 point favorite in that one. We may be picking that game later on. We'll find out in the 1240 segment. We got to go ahead and take a quick break and slide into that Afternoon Delight debrief. You're listening to the Inside Drive live here on ESPN Northwest Florida.
Weather in the Panhandle never stops. Turn to 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida.
This is Joanna with your latest forecast.
We're up to the minute weather reports all day long.
A chance of thunderstorms and moderate rain.
In-depth storm coverage.
Hurricane Helene.
And breaking weather as it happens.
We do have a tropical storm warning.
ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
This is Joanna with ESPN Northwest Florida with your Friday's weather. This afternoon and evening there will be a gentle breeze out of the north-northeast, clear skies, and 73. Clear skies tonight, colder at 56, and a wind out of the east-northeast around 6 miles per hour. Tomorrow, sunny and a light breeze right around 6 miles per hour with a high of 74. About the same at 75 Sunday, and we'll have sunshine. This forecast is sponsored by Mid-South Lumber, the best little lumber yard in Panama City. Thank you for keeping that dial at ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Experience a higher level of service. David Adamson Designer Jewelry has been providing you the very best of fine jewelry and repair in Lynn Haven for over 32 years. David has added Amber Anderson and Russ Clare, names you've known and trusted in PCB for years with your fine jewelry and watch needs. Find that one-of-a-kind engagement ring, that special anniversary gift, or something colorful just for you. Amber and Russ will find it or build it for you. Serving Bay County and beyond in Lynn Haven at the corner of Ohio Avenue and 9th. David Adamson Designer Jewelry.
WGSX Lynn Haven, W Field Q Port St. Joe. Powered by Panama City Toyota. ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hey, struggling to make your brand memorable? At Jessica Larson Designs, I specialize in creating powerful logos, cohesive branding, and high-impact print and website designs that bring your business to life. I know how hard it is to stand out in today's market. That's why I work closely with small businesses across the U.S. to craft unique, eye-catching designs that leave a lasting impression. Ready to transform your brand from just okay to unforgettable? Let's connect at jessicalarsondesigns.com.
And now the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey.
We're going to have a talk.
Tell me what you know. Broadcasting from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's a frantic noise.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Gonna find my baby, gonna hold her tight, gonna grab some afternoon delight. My motto's always been when it's right, why wait until the middle of a cold dark night, when everything's a little clearer in the light of day. And we know the night is always gonna be there anyway. Thinking of you's working on my appetite, looking forward to a little afternoon delight. Rubbing sticks and stones together makes the sparks ignite, and the thought of loving you is getting so excited. Sky rockets in flight. Afternoon delight. Oh, Jay Bird, that's a tough one to stay on beat. But I do know for a fact that since we've started singing Afternoon Delight, we do have listeners that also sing with us in their car. I've heard that factual. So, but yeah, Afternoon Delight's just it's a lot more fun to sing and play at the same time.
It is
on Fridays anyway.
Right
on Fridays anyway. But yeah,
Boston Tim said we need that every single day.
Every day. Whew. That would be that'd be tough. That'd be tough. Look, we are vocals aren't my strong suit.
No, man.
I don't really know what my strong suit is, but it's certainly not vocals. But you did good. You did good.
You did great.
Nah, David Hayes in the backing was huge.
Yes, sir.
Gave me the extra confidence I needed.
Yeah, and I can boost anyone's confidence with the way I sing.
I still got to put my headphones on during this because there's no telling what I'm missing. I mean,
you miss a lot.
Yeah, and I'm off Facebook, so I can't go back and look. So yeah, there we go.
Get back on Facebook. It's really, did you delete your account or?
Yeah, I'm just.
Let's get into this debrief. Let's debrief the world on what's going on with Jay's social media.
Yeah, you hiding? You still on the gram?
I mean, I didn't do like everybody else says. I'm gonna take a little break, and I just went all out and just said I'm done with it for a minute. So
gotcha.
Anyways,
you didn't shave your head and divorce your husband? No. Fair. No. Obviously, you're listening to the Inside Drive right here on ESPN Northwest Florida, 104.3 in Panama City Beach, 101.9 in Port St. Joe. It is crisp. It is beautiful. It is the best time of year for being outside here in the Panhandle. That is November. We are approaching the Thanksgiving week, not next week, but the week after next. And, of course, you can download our free mobile app.
Google Play or Apple Store.
All you got to do is search 104.3. It'll pop up right on that first search results page for you. You download it. You can listen to ESPN Northwest Florida anywhere you have your phone that is connected to the internet. You can also head over to ESPNPC.com. Scroll down just a little bit. You'll see that TV channel icon. That is not Elusive Streams. That is Lucid Streams. Currently doing a free 3-day trial that you could convert right into only $40 a month for as many channels as really you'd want. I mean, no one's going to ever be able to watch that many. And then, of course, all the sporting events, all the pay-per-view action, over 10,000 movies on demand. That is Lucid Streams TV for a mere $40 a month.
It's amazing.
You could go get a half a tank of gas, or you could go get as many streaming channels as you want, Jay.
There you
it's
go.
your choice. The choice is yours. But in order to make that, you got to go to ESPNPC.com. Obviously, speaking of cars, got to thank our studio sponsor. It's Bill Kramer GM and Boats, Kramer Marine and Outdoor. Right there at the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd Street. Tons of new vehicles in stocks, trucks, cars. I don't know if they have vans. I always say vans.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody's got a van, right?
You got a van somewhere around that.
Yeah, it might not have any windows, and it may have some new rims. I don't know. I don't know.
Got some windows in it.
Oh, we got to watch out for those vans.
Yes, you do.
You know, the Florida Panhandle, the I-10 corridor is, one of the most dangerous trafficked areas in the entire country.
Well, thank God that's 70 miles north of here.
Ooh, thank God. Just 70 miles keeping us safe.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Oh, goodness. Yeah, but they got express service. They got regular service. Don't even have to be a GM. They'll service it for you. And, of course, tires are always at cost. Trade-in's still high. Time is running out, but if you're looking to buy a new vehicle, if you own your own business and it's over 6,000 pounds, 90% or 90, you can depreciate 90% of that value in the first year. And, of course, boating season is still upon us. It is most of the time down here in the Florida Panhandle, but it is crisp. The water's looking good. And if your boat's not working, Kramer Marine and Outdoor will come to you to get it back out on the water. If you're just looking to drop some cash and buy a new boat, they sell the family of Seabourn, Spider, Sundance, and Skeeter. Check out all that new and used inventory at KramerMarineandOutdoor.com. Rest easy, Jay. When you are not here, which is more often than not, he's got Skeeter on lockdown.
Let me hear it.
I just did. Your headphones ain't working?
Oh, you said
Skeeter.
Yeah, he's more the foghorn Skeeter.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were kind of doing our own little harmonization right there with the Skeeter.
Skeeter and
like
Skeeter. It's good. It's
Doug. Oh, my bad.
So you're more of the. What do you call that?
What I think Ryan's got. Hey, we're riffing.
It's Doug.
Okay.
Skeeter from Doug.
Gotcha.
Man.
David's more of the bop Oak Ridge boy kind of.
You're going to go with Hanson. Start a-cappella-ing today here, Chuck.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's the point in talking sports when you can just sing about them?
Awfully, nonetheless. Oh, goodness. But yeah. Jay, you got any afternoon delight debriefs?
I do, actually. I came across one.
You always are coming across things. It's weird how that happens. The statistics Have you got any of those statistics yet, or are you going to dive in?
You got any of them? You got any of them statistics yet, Jake?
They have maps for that. They got
Why
maps.
are you so concerned about this, Ryan Mulvey?
Yeah, he doesn't got to be as concerned as we do we?
Yeah. No, I'm locked in right now. So and hopefully the rest of my living here on this planet.
I was looking for those stats, but I came across this.
Okay,
that was a little bit more intriguing to me.
I'm excited.
Andre the Giant. You remember Andre the Giant?
Who's that?
Oh,
anybody
have a peanut?
My dad actually shook his hand one time, and like Ryan's showing, if you're watching on Facebook, like his hand swallowed his hand.
Swallowed?
Yeah.
Swallowed.
I met Hulk Hogan one time, and like that, when I was a young kid at the time, probably 9-10 years old, and that was back in the 24-inch Python days, brother, you know?
Yeah. Because he's from Sarasota or down that way,
Clearwater.
Right? Clearwater, yeah.
That's where, you used to see his son Nick Hogan driving around like all the time, and like I think he had a yellow Viper or something.
Oh, wow. That's
I always wanted to meet Brooke. Never did. I was a little young at the time, but we could have made our own reality show.
That's it.
That's right.
That's it.
But Andre the Giant reportedly drank 119 bottles of beer in under 6 hours.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that, yeah.
That is insane.
He's a big fella.
Saying Andre Rasimov, I guess Rasimov is his actual last name, was
I don't know anybody named The Giant with their last name.
Right.
Maybe we can start a trend.
Was a big guy is a serious understatement. At 7 feet 4 inches tall and around 520 pounds, the French actor, professional wrestler, was a force of nature. Better known as Andre the Giant, or the eighth wonder of the world, Rasimov was not only an undefeated champion in the ring, he was one of the greatest drinkers the world ever saw. From drinking 119 beers in one sitting to chugging 12 bottles of wine in the back of a bus, here are Andre the Giant's amazing feats of drinking. Andre once consumed 119 12-ounce beers in 6 hours. To put that in mere mortal terms, that equates to 12-ounce beer downed every 3 minutes, non-stop for 6 hours straight.
Phew.
That's insane.
Man, he'd be peeing forever.
Yeah, what? No kidding.
His bladder's probably equally as big, though.
Let's see. After the marathon drinking session, Andre understandably passed out in a hotel lobby and couldn't be moved or stirred. His friends resorted to draping him with a piano cover and letting him sleep through the morning. Additionally, over a month-long period while filming The Princess Bride, I remember that movie.
Great movie.
Andre allegedly rang up a $40,000 bar tab at the Hyatt in London. According to an interview with Carrie Elwes in Vanity Fair, Andre's go-to order was something called an American. It was 40 ounces of various liquors poured into a pitcher. I've never tasted airplane fuel, Elwes said, but I imagine it's very close to what must taste like. It's very potent indeed, and I remember coughing a lot. But to him, it was just like chugging water.
Wow.
Woof. Andre the Giant.
Nothing like celebrating drinking 119 beers in a 6-hour sitting.
No kidding.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
I remember him quite well.
When was the last time you watched Princess Bride?
Oh, God. Back when it was in school. I never watched it. I was a big movie, back in the 80s.
You need to watch it. It's a classic.
It was always in school whenever my teacher decided
you were watching The Princess Bride in school?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That parlays nicely with the class of 98 SAT scores.
Yep.
But, Princess Bride, great one.
That was a good one.
All right, I got one that kind of parlays with I said parlay twice in 2 sentences, that goes with your drinking a little bit. In 1956, while drinking at a bar, a man bet he could land a plane outside the bar. And 2 hours later, he actually landed a stolen plane outside the bar. When most people have a drink or two, they might wager on a game of darts or perhaps boast a little about their past. But for Thomas Fitzpatrick, an evening at a bar in 1956 led to an unexpected night flight and ultimately a legend that spanned decades. In the early hours of September 30th, 1956, Thomas Fitzpatrick, a New Jersey steamfitter and former Marine, had already spent a good chunk of the evening at a bar in New York City. As the conversation grew bolder and the bets wilder, Fitzpatrick found himself at the center of a challenge. Could he travel from New Jersey to New York City in just 15 minutes? For most, this would have been a harmless boast or impossible proposition, but Fitzpatrick took the dare as a call to action. Without a second thought, or perhaps one too many, he made his way to the Teterboro Airport in New Jersey, a small airport known for flight schools and private planes. Here, Fitzpatrick, evidently unbothered by the notions of legality or basic safety, helped himself to a single-engine plane. Under normal conditions, even the most experienced pilot would exercise caution, especially in the dead of the night without lights or a radio. But Fitzpatrick, by all accounts, flew with an unviable combination of skill and sheer nerve, navigating the dark skies above New Jersey and New York. The New York Times would later call it a feat of aeronautics and praise his fine landing, and it wasn't hyperbole. Fitzpatrick successfully touched down on St. Nicholas Avenue, directly in front of a bar where his wager had originated. With an audience likely gobsmacked by his unexpected return, Fitzpatrick had completed the 15-minute journey from New Jersey to New York City in about the most memorable way possible. Landed it right there on the street in front of the bar.
Dang.
Just the fact that he found the bar is pretty impressive without any navigation. 1956. Rules were a little different back then.
No doubt.
I'm sure he got arrested.
So I was thinking it was like Denzel Washington in that movie Flight, where he,
Yeah.
I was drunk last Tuesday, last Wednesday, last Thursday. I can't remember what he said, but
that's based on a true story, wasn't it?
I don't know if that was a true story or not. I really don't. Yeah, I don't know. That would be interesting to know. Great movie, but yeah.
Did you know that they took off a plane from number 6 in Nicholas Course many years ago?
Number 6.
Yep, going towards the tee box from the fairway. Little Cessna, little light wing. Action there. Yep. There's a video if you search it up on Google.
Oh, I would like to see that.
Barely gets up, goes over the condos.
Okay, so he's going...
Yeah, he's going towards the tee box.
Towards the tee box.
Towards the tee box. Yeah, yes, the 2012 film Flight was loosely based on the real-life crash of Alaska Airlines Flight 261 in the year 2000.
Wow.
It is based on the Alaska flights, but it's not a true story. The movie portrays an alcoholic pilot who saves most passengers after a crash landing. The NTSB blamed Alaska Airlines for the actual crash of Flight 261 due to poor maintenance.
Yeah.
So loosely based.
We figured that out with Rudy. Yeah.
I don't know if Rudy was loosely based, but it was based on.
Yeah.
My life's based on a true story.
Is that right? Yeah.
Not 100% true, but it's based. It's based on it. Oh, goodness.
Oh, goodness.
Still got, let's see, what's David sending us here? Should I just read it without looking at... Oh, there we go. Jay, should fire that one off.
What do we have here?
Looks like some STD statistics for right here in Bay County.
Well, where are they?
He said
they're in your phone.
This is the research you were supposed to do.
All right.
All right. It's like, oh, man, this is disheartening.
Yeah, boy. Everybody got your ears on? Here are some STD statistics for Bay County, Florida. 2023 bacterial STD rate is 688 per 100,000 people.
You dial that down, that's what, 6?
7 to 10?
Yeah, 7 out of 10 people. Oof.
Now, if we move on to the gonorrhea rate...
It drops a little bit, right?
It drops in half.
Your risk is not as high.
309 per 100,000 people.
Okay. All right. That's not bad.
And then it ramps right back up with chlamydia.
To the highest level, baby.
Goes to 875 per 100,000 people. 100,000.
So that's what, 8 and 100?
That is almost pushing 9%, almost pushing double digits.
Oof, man.
In general, STD rates in Florida have increased by 42% in the last decade. This is out of Hillsborough County.
That's down there in Tampa.
Is that back in David's neck of the word. Yeah.
Wait, what about my stomping grounds?
It's increased 42% in
I'm Pinellas County.
Oh,
okay. You're on the other side of the 275 bridge.
Hillsborough County has some of the highest STD rates in Florida with 932 cases of STDs per 100,000 residents. So we're slightly below that Hillsborough County race for the STDs.
This segment,
the race for
the race to the
brought to you by Bay County Health Department.
Yes, this segment sponsored by Trojan. Oh man, we won't discuss how we got into that topic yesterday after the show, but you were supposed to do some. You found something else though. Are you going to enlighten everybody about that? Where they can go? You just talked about that, so you can certainly talk about the other.
What?
It's the Afternoon Delight Debrief, man. We got Aaron Bearden coming up next. We got to finish on a high note here.
I didn't think this place existed.
A lot of people don't think places like this
is
exist.
insane.
It's not that insane.
Is it not?
No, it's more common than you think.
Really?
Yeah.
Bay Bears Nudist Park.
Boom.
That's in Bay County.
Black bears or brown bears?
Both of them. Even got a little bit of polar bear action in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That's it? You're just going to say the name of it? You're not going to divulge in any more information?
I think it's hilarious, though. When you look at the Google review, it says, kudos to Jay as the host and caretaker. Have you seen that?
No, but I did notice they had a very high rating. They were over 4, right?
Cisco and Ebert gives it 2
thumbs up.
2 thumbs up.
But it's not a movie, it's a location.
Oh, okay, I got you.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, it is a location. A little north of here. I mean, moving up towards that I-10 corridor a bit.
Okay, well, that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
you got to be careful up there. Remember, 70 miles.
That's right. That's right. So, for Bay Bears. Go Bay Bears.
Bay Bears. Bay Bears. I was going to talk about some of these other extreme or weirdest sports, but that seemed more topical.
I feel like y'all been there. I bet y'all have been there.
I was there last night.
When you say y'all, what do you? Why are you looking back here at me?
Well, David didn't act surprised about it. He was like, "Well, I mean,
that's because it's not that uncommon."
Really?
About the Bay Bears?
Yeah.
Is that you're talking about the nudist park?
Yes.
I don't even think I would be interested in going to that.
No.
Upside down pineapples, all that. I think that you take these numbers that we just talked about and then you amplify those like by 50%, and then you're probably talking about that. It's like, everybody group up with what infection you have.
Yeah. All right. Everybody here's a mark. You get a green mark. You go with your green mark people. We separate them out. That way, got to do what you got to do.
That's right. That's right.
Aaron's got some big shoes to fill when he comes in here in this next segment.
He always does.
I know. It's true. It's tough to follow the Afternoon Delight Debrief, especially on a Friday.
Yeah.
Especially on a Friday. You got any hard-hitting questions for him today?
Well, I'm going to think about it.
Yeah, you can ask him if he's been to Bears Best.
I will.
What is it? Bears Best is a golf course in Atlanta.
It is. Yeah. It could be.
Yeah,
I mean,
could be.
You definitely want the best. You don't want the worst.
Or do you?
No. Yeah, you want Bay's best.
Indeed. Indeed. All right, we're going to go ahead and take a quick break. When we get back, it'll be time to be joined by Aaron Bearden from Instant Replay Sports Cards. Maybe they have some hobby boxes there, Jay, that depict what you were just talking about. You can ask him that.
I will.
All right, you guys listen to The Inside Drive. We'll be right back.
This just in. Get the latest sports news, scores, and updates from 104.3 ESPN Northwest Florida. Follow us on Facebook for exclusive content, behind-the-scenes action, live streams, and the chance to interact with your favorite hosts.
Stay connected. Stay connected. Stay connected.
Join the conversation on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Search for ESPN Northwest Florida and crush the follow button.
I follow you on social media.
We're always here to keep you in the game.
Good afternoon. This is Joanna on ESPN Northwest Florida with your forecast on this Friday. Clear skies the remainder of the day with a gentle breeze at 10 miles per hour out of the north-northeast, and look for it to be 73. Tonight, there will be clear skies with the temperature reaching 56. Sunny tomorrow with a wind around 6 miles per hour and the high of 74. Sunday will have a high of 75 and sunshine. This weather is brought to you by Earthworks of Northwest Florida. Thank you for keeping that dial on ESPN Northwest Florida. Rely on it.
Dak Cajun Place is your LSU and Saints football headquarters. Saints and LSU fans, wear your team colors and score a free Jell-O shot when your team scores a touchdown. Only at Dak Cajun Place. Get $5 pitchers on select draft beers during all live football games. Catch all the games at once with the NFL package on 27 large TVs at Dak Cajun Place. And the best wings on the beach. The locals' favorite, Dak Cajun Place.
With over 65 years of combined experience, Instant Replay Sports Cards is happy to help you take your collection to the next level. They carry all the new hobby boxes, signed memorabilia, and supplies. New and vintage cards in Pokemon. They sell and trade cards and are always looking to buy. They're an authorized source for Topps, Panini, Upper Deck, and Leaf cards. Instant Replay Sports Cards is open 7 days a week at 752 West 23rd Street, down from Academy Sports. It can always be reached at InstantReplaySportsCards.com.
Back to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine Outdoor Studios.
It's alive! Look alive! We're alive!
On ESPN Northwest Florida.
She sits alone by a lamppost.
Still is not wearing his headphones.
Trying to find a thought that's escape to mine. She said, Dad's the one I love the most. Stop's not far behind. She never let me in. Only tells me where she's been.
I don't know.
When she's had too much to drink.
You're not going to give me the chorus?
Let her cry.
Thank you.
Till the tears fall down like rain.
Purple Rain.
Let her sing. If it eases all her pain, let her go.
Just let her go, Jay.
Walk away.
Joanna's been too long. Let her go.
Walk right out on me.
Crack it, Jack.
Just unplug the Ethernet cord. That's all you got to do.
Let her be. Oh, let her be.
Back-to-back weeks bringing in with some Darius for Aaron Bearden. I remember last week Wagon Wheel, and we were educated about the original Wagon Wheel and who wrote it. Now, was Let Her Cry an original from Hootie and the Blowfish, or was that a cover? Do you know, Jay?
I do not know.
Neither do I. Aaron, is that an original from Hootie and the Blowfish, or is that a cover as well?
Let Her Cry?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an original, to my knowledge.
Yeah, and your knowledge is better than all knowledge. I'll put that up against anybody. That is for sure. But
he's a smart man.
Yeah, yes,
very smart.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. But yes, it's Friday. We're having a lot of fun today, and we're excited to be joined by Aaron Bearden from down there at Instant Replay Sports Cards, the Stanford Station Shopping Plaza, right there off 23rd Street, next to Academy Sports and Outdoors and the Sweet Frog Creamery. Aaron, you got a big break coming up on the 20th, which is hard to believe, next week already. So Thanksgiving's right around the corner. Christmas is right around the corner. But you guys are, having some fun with this big break. Obviously, kind of keeping with the same theme as the one from October, where everybody's getting a hit. But for every how many new spots sold, you guys are adding another box in there?
Every 5 spots. And I think we're right now, I think we're about 2 or 3 spots away from revealing the next box.
Ooh.
Sold. And the early bird pricing is still in effect. But I do believe that is not going to last too much longer.
There you go.
So definitely jump on that as soon as you can.
And this big break is a baseball big break, correct?
It is. And in honor of Thanksgiving, we are stuffing it full. It is one box stuffed inside another box, inside another box. There's a ton of product in it right now. It's going to take a while to open it. We're trying to... Last month, it kind of got out of hand. It took about 2 hours and 45 minutes, I think, to do the break, which, unless you're watching it in person, not a huge deal.
Yeah.
But it meant everybody got more cards.
Yeah, no doubt.
Normally, all year long, the big break has been 1 hour. and getting people out in a timely manner. But last month we just had so many products, and this month it's looking the same way. We're trying to get up close to about 50 hits in the product. Just, people keep buying those spots. We'll keep adding more hits.
That's it. And I think, personally, I would much rather it be longer and guarantee me some good hits than the shorter break and maybe not, getting the big one that I might be looking for. So I love what you guys are doing with the with this new style of big break. And hey, you know what? You may find a Christmas present or two in that big break that you might be able to give to somebody, depending on what kind of cards that you end up getting.
Do y'all offer gift wrapping?
Sure. Do we offer gift wrapping?
Yeah.
Actually, we have done that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. God, I cannot stand wrapping gifts.
Yeah, that's my bugaboo.
That's your bugaboo.
And
I just get them bags with the little paper.
Yep, that's easy. That's easy. At the golf courses, I always worked out. We always had big Christmas sales, the big private clubs, and you have to offer gift wrapping. And I was like, you guys don't want me wrapping your presents.
I bet you're a good gift wrapper.
Because
all the seams and everything.
No, because I don't have the patience for it. Because I want it to be perfect, and if I don't get it perfect, then I get frustrated, and then I'm like, you know what? Forget it. This is where I'm taping it.
Yeah.
But it's an art form, gift wrapping.
It is,
and it's a nicely wrapped gift is certainly a really cool thing. No doubt about it. A lot of great things that you can get wrapped from down there at Instant Replay. Not only hobby boxes, blaster boxes, booster boxes, but all the supplies that your collector and your family could possibly need. And I'll tell you what, they're never going to have everything that they need, Jay. And Instant Replay Sports Cards has got all that. It comes from the cases that you can put your slabs in. It comes from the binders that you can put all your cards in. They've got cases for footballs, basketballs, baseball, whatever it may be. Aaron and his team down there have everything you could possibly want for collecting.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir, indeed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
But Aaron, I also saw you had a big one come in this week. The old Topps Chrome Update baseball. I know that's a big one everybody was looking forward to and got a lot of attention when it came into the store this week.
Yes, Chrome Update's a major release. It's got something no other product has, which is called the Rookie Debut Patches. Basically, Topps provides a patch to be sewn onto the first uniform worn in these rookie players in their major league debut. When it's over, Topps gets the jersey.
Ooh.
They cut it up and make these relic cards, and then they cut that patch up and they get they make a special one-of-one card with that patch and get the player to sign it.
Dang.
Last year, I don't remember the exact number. There were quite a few, and I'm a ballpark. I'm going to say 30 or 40 maybe. This year, it's like 250 different players that they did that with. I know last year, no matter who you got, if it was a guy no one had ever heard of, it was still about a $2,000 card.
Wow. Yeah. Just because of the rarity of you're never going to have another one.
Right, and that's what people have been looking for. You've always had like one, or not always, but you've had for a long time these one-of-one rookie autos and all. But with this, you can say, yes, this was the patch on his sleeve in the first game he ever played. And it's signed, and this is the one product you can get it out of. In addition to the other cool thing they have in there that's not as rare, not as expensive, but still a lot of fun, are what they call frozen fractors. For those of you who don't know, Topps and the other companies, they make these coated cards called refractors, sort of have like a rainbow prism look when you hold them in the light. And they do a lot of different kinds.
Yeah.
Different patterns, rainbows, and
disco
they do some
balls,
that make
razor,
X's, donuts and disco balls, all these cool things. So, but they're usually numbered. They're serial numbered from 1 up to, they could make hundreds of them. The frozen fractor from Chrome Update looks like the card is frozen. It looks like ice, and they're actually numbered in the negatives, from -1 to -5.
Because it's cold.
So kind of keeping with that winter release and ice and all of that. Yeah, it's a fun little card. We've had a couple of them pulled over the years.
Wow.
That sounds like a much anticipated product that was just released. Yeah. And did you sell out, or you still got a couple of people looking to grab some?
We've still got them. Yeah, we've got the hobby and the jumbo boxes right now. And I know some of them we've got cheaper than the online guys.
Absolutely. That's always y'all's MO down there. Always going to be cheaper than all the other retail, or all the retail places, I should say. And remind everybody again the difference between a jumbo and a hobby box for those who don't know or may have forgotten.
Yeah, it varies from product to product, but in general, your jumbo box may have fewer packs, but they're going to have more cards, and they will have more of the hits, more of the autographs, the relics, any of those special cards that you're looking for. So they're going to cost more, but usually you're going to get more for your money going the jumbo route. An example would be Bowman, I believe, this last year. Bowman's like $200 for the hobby box with one autograph. The jumbo box is like $500 or $525 or something. Well, you got 3 autographs. So it was cheaper than buying 3 hobby boxes to get
with
3
the same
autos.
hits, yeah.
Yeah, and there are a lot of products, people, some of these things are kind of anecdotal, but people will swear with some of them that with the jumbo boxes, you get more of the numbered cards, the inserts and all, than you do with hobby.
Gotcha.
May or may not be true, but, word goes around. People seem to be happy with it. But, so in general, that's the difference. Your jumbo box is going to be a hobby product, but with more cards in it.
Gotcha.
And Aaron, y'all have been in business for a long time, right? I mean, tell us how long y'all have been in business.
We've been in cards for 35 years now.
That's great.
Yeah. Yep, I grew up in it.
You've seen, obviously, as in any industry, a lot of changes over time, some ups and downs, and of course, we seem to be in a good spot right now, and I know there's a lot of things going on with like Fanatics and stuff like that, but it does seem, at least from the outside looking in, that card collecting, I don't want to say is at an all-time high, but at least the demand for it seems pretty good right now. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think this is probably the second hottest period it's ever had.
Wow.
Say 1989, 90, 91, that was probably the peak. And yes, the cards were not selling for as much back then. They also didn't cost as much, but I think more people were collecting. It was pretty much like, all the kids at schools were trading cards and all of that. I think right now this is getting close to that. I don't know if as many people, percentage-wise of the population are collecting cards, but it's up there. And like I say, you've got the cards selling for more. Right now, it's more of a like a lottery ticket type of thing of people trying to sort of get rich off opening a pack and getting that one cool card, more so than back then. But yeah, this is definitely about as hot as it's ever been.
Man.
And it's always been a family business, right, Aaron?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for us, yeah. And the other thing you have is it was really hot starting in, say, 2021 until now, sort of through the pandemic, but there was a lot of just overhype on the products. So people were paying crazy amounts. Things were basically out of the reach of the average collector. A lot of people who had been longtime collectors through the ups and downs got out of it then because, packs that had been $4 or $5 were suddenly $20. And they just, couldn't justify collecting. It's come back down from that somewhat now. It's a little more manageable if you want to collect cards and have something to show for it and then get some cool cards out of it. A little more manageable now than it was 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. And it just seems like, across, not even just sports cards, but all your TGC stuff, your Pokemon, your Magic, it's just, and I think a lot of that has to do with the information for people to see in their palm of their hands nowadays just kind of builds up that hype a little bit, a little more marketing maybe, and just, social media and the internet compared to, back in the late 80s and early 90s. It's just a whole other ballgame, especially with the youngsters. Back in the day, you had to buy the magazines and the things to give you the value and all that. Now literally takes you 10 seconds and you can quote unquote find out what something is about worth. So makes that the collecting experience and the opportunity to know what you're doing a little easier in my opinion. So
oh yeah, and with all the things they're doing, like we talked about, those frozen fractors and different
cool
fractors
stuff.
And all these weird parallels, you probably couldn't have had that in cards 30, 35 years ago, pre-internet.
Yeah.
Because if you opened a pack and didn't know what it was, and, maybe your buddy that collects with you didn't know, that was kind of it. You didn't really know what you had. Whereas now you can go, a guy in Denver pulled one of these. It's on the internet and people are talking about it. Or, that sort of thing. You can find out that information even on the really rare cards.
Yeah,
absolutely. When I saw that mailman come around that corner back in the day, I knew he had that bucket. Man, he had that bucket, and he knew not to fold it. He had to keep it in the plastic cover.
Nice.
And, man,
nice.
Gosh, those are the days.
Ice cream man was right behind him.
Right, yeah.
But Aaron, obviously Thanksgiving's coming up here in a couple weeks. The Christmas season is upon us. Where's the best place for people to check out when you've got sales and stuff like that coming up?
Yeah, probably our Facebook page, although we'll have a lot of that on our website as well. It's just Facebook kind of gets updated a little faster.
Yeah.
Like you say, you can do it right there. We can do it off our phones and send out something on Facebook. So follow us Facebook. It's Instant Replay Cards on Facebook. You can find that again on our website if you want to, instantReplaySportsCards.com. And we'll be sending out newsletters and things like that on holiday sales and holiday special events. So you can go there and sign up for our email list and be notified of all those cool things coming up. And there are some really cool things coming up.
I'm excited because I know it's there's a little dude in my family. It's a huge card collector. He just had a nice. I let him do DraftKings every once in a while. He needed a showdown pick for the Niners-Bucks game. He ended up winning $600.
Yep.
So where did his grandmother take him the other day?
Instant replay.
Got himself a couple boxes.
Oh, yeah.
Got himself those gold bar ones too, and he got a pretty cool. The guy that leads all-time interceptions in the NFL. I forget his name, but he pulled his autograph card, and I think it was like a 9-10 or something like that. So he was pretty excited about that one.
Awesome.
But yeah, it's the thrill of what you're going to find in that in your whatever you're doing, and it's kind of what makes the card collecting. It's like anything. It's like a gamble.
It is.
It's to get that adrenaline rush. You get the hope build up, and hopefully that hope comes to fruition. And sometimes it does, and sometimes it doesn't. But that's all part of the hobby and what you learn to do with the entire thing. And the beautiful thing about you guys at Instant Replay is you guys can guide everyone through whatever step of that process they're in. They're wanting to learn about it, they're wanting to just get into it, or they're looking for their best bang for their buck to give them an opportunity to get some of those hits. And I think that's where the big break and a lot of this other stuff you guys do just is so fantastic for the collector and the loyalty you have there. And of course, now you guys are a CGC shop as well. The only, one of 4 or 5 in the entire state of Florida.
Yeah. Yep. So yeah, you can bring that stuff in and get it graded CGC. We send it off direct to them. You don't have to worry about having an expensive CGC membership and all of that. And come in and see us, and we can answer all those questions for you.
Absolutely.
The other thing you mentioned as far as events, the big one that's right here upon us in a little over 24 hours is Rip Night.
Ooh, Rip Night this weekend.
November Rip Night, yes. Tomorrow night, 5 p.m. You can bring the whole family in. Going to have a lot of fun. We do pack wars, we do trivia, giveaways, all kind of fun stuff, box breaks. A lot of fun to be had. You don't even really have to be a card collector to enjoy it, win some prizes, and have a good time. And the first 20 people who come in and sign up for the full night of Pack Wars, we're going to have a special bonus round of Pack Wars on us just for those first 20 folks. So definitely get here by 5 o'clock.
Yeah.
And,
Rip Night.
Yeah, get in on some special product that is not available in the rest of the Pack Wars tomorrow night.
There you go. Just be there at 5, and you get a little extra added bonus there. Rip Night. Hard to believe it's, man, time is just flying by.
It is.
Just felt like you had a Rip Night. Just felt like you had a big break. Had a Rip Night coming up this Saturday, big break next week. Yes, sir, Jay.
Aaron, who do you have in the big fight tonight? Do you have Jake Paul or do you have Mike Tyson?
Now, Ryan, you know I don't care about that. That's one of your famous quotes there, Jay.
Gonna be, this is the first time I think I can ever say this, but I'm really pulling for Mike Tyson here.
Oh, right.
I don't know that I've ever really, cheered for Tyson before. Certainly, got an impressive record. He's a, legit Hall of Famer, one of the greats for the sport throughout history. But, I'm really hoping. I want to see the legitimate boxer beat the celebrity.
Yeah.
For the sake of the sport. I think boxing is a great sport, amazing history. It's really, it's unique among, now you got the MMA sort of doing that, but boxing for a long time, and boxing was the way up for a lot of people. And you look through the history of the 20th century in America, different, as people would immigrate and things like that, boxing was a way that a lot of those communities found a little hope and found somebody, from their group that made it and became a big fighter. And, it's just that there's a lot going on with the sport, and I would just hate to see it, turned into a sideshow and a clown act. If we suddenly just have people kind of buying their way into being, the headline boxers.
Yeah, no doubt.
So for that reason alone, I want to see the real boxer win.
There you go. Iron Mike. That's who Aaron's got in the card tonight. Who knows what time it'll exactly be, but coverage will start at 7 p.m. Aaron, we appreciate you as always and looking forward to seeing how the big rip night goes. And, of course, the big break next week. We'll talk to you next Friday.
Absolutely. Hey, we got to have one of you guys come down for our celebrity breaker on the big break, too.
Jay's been sitting on go. He's done with his high school golf season, so he's got no reason he can't come.
I'll come.
November 20th.
There we go.
November 20th.
It's next week.
Okay.
You got this.
Is that Wednesday night?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. Wednesday night. Yep.
That's it. You got nothing on Wednesdays. That's your free night.
Wednesday night? I could do that.
Yeah.
I could do that.
All right. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. I got a spot in it, so I'll pick you up.
Yeah, perfect. Oh, perfect.
There you go.
All right.
There you go. All right, Aaron. Have a great weekend, and hopefully we'll see you on Wednesday.
You guys take care. Everybody out there, come see us. Have a good one.
Absolutely. You guys listening to The Inside Drive, final segment of this week. Final segment of this Friday coming up. We'll be right back.
ESPN Northwest Florida is your touchdown headquarters for the Mosley Dolphins and the Auburn Tigers.
Touchdown, Auburn!
Plus, premier college and NFL games. Your source for the most live football on the Gulf Coast in a rich audio experience.
ESPN Northwest Florida.
Hello, this is Rick Vosser with RV of Panama City, your local Stormore portable building dealer, located at 2241 East Baldwin Road. Shopping for a garage, portable building, cabin? We build them anywhere from 8 to 16 foot wide, 10 feet to 60 feet long. We can do insulation, electricity, transom dormers, thermal windows. Come, let's customize a building together. Rick Vossen, Stormore Portable Building Dealer, Panama City.
Hey folks, Chris Kramer with Bill Kramer GM. And the best place to listen to the Inside Drive with Ryan Mulvey is inside a brand new vehicle from Bill Kramer GM. And I want you to know we've got 10 times the amount of inventory on the ground as we did this time last year, and darn near all of them are discounted. So shop us online at BillKramerGM.com or visit the corner of Frankfurt and 23rd. We'll make it easy and take great care of you.
Whether you're an experienced investor or first-time buyer, Beach House will provide you with top-notch service to guide you through every step of the process. We make the real estate process fun and easy through effective marketing, strategic advertising, and always a client-focused experience. From single-family homes to full-scale developments, Beach House Sales Development has you covered. Check them out at beachhousesalesfl.com or give them a call at 850-919-3500.
Pound the like and crush the subscribe. Follow us on social media for the latest sports news, scores, and updates.
And I never get off Instagram or Facebook and think, wow, good for everyone.
Keeping you in the game. It's the Inside Drive with Ryan and Jay. Live from the Bill Kramer Chevrolet Buick GMC and Kramer Marine and Outdoor Studios at ESPN Northwest Florida.
By now in New York City, snow on the ground, and out in California, there's sunshine falling down. Now we're burning alive. Maybe down in Memphis,
capital of Tennessee,
Graceland's all in line.
ELDIS.
And in PC, Florida,
oh, well, we got a whole bunch of STDs.
There's peace on earth tonight.
Merry Christmas, y'all.
Christmas in Dixie. It's snowing in the pines.
Ho, 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 ho.
Merry Christmas from Dixie to everyone tonight. Is it too early?
Never.
Never, brother. We got
Never,
like
never.
13 days till Thanksgiving.
That's right. That's right.
I don't even know how Jay's laughing. How'd you hear me?
I can hear Ralph. I can hear Ralph.
Yeah, you got an extra way to hear Ralph. But yeah, head over to golfwithjay.com. Get yourself a gift card for a beautiful Christmas present and learn the great game of golf or improve your game of golf or just hang out with Jay for an hour.
There you go.
Pay for your time.
That's it.
It's kind of like an escort service, but for golf.
He does escort you to the driving range, right?
That is
You
true.
got
Sometimes
that
you'll
right.
even bring in a cart.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's an Uber.
That's the VIP. That's the VIP treatment there.
Yeah.
That's that extra 10% you add on top.
VIP.
All right, we got to get to just letting everybody know what those high school football games are coming up tonight. Mosley Dolphins right here on ESPN Northwest Florida taking on Fleming Island for a chance to move on to the Quadrant 1 5A regional semifinals. In the 4A state tournament in the Quadrant 1 section, you've got Arnold traveling up to Choctawhatchee tonight, 7 p.m. kickoff there in that one. You've also got Escambia and Riverside, Pine Forest and Edie White, St. Augustine and Columbia. Over there in the 3A regional Quadrant 1 state tournament, Bay will be taking on number 1 seed Rains, and Wakulla, number 4 seed, will be taking on number 5 seed Menendez. Winner of both those games will play each other next Friday in the regional semifinals. Down to the 2A, you've got Gaston County at Baldwin. You got Mariana, the Bulldogs, undefeated this season, taking on Florida State University High School, trying to enact some revenge for those Mosley Dolphins there. And then Bowles and Taylor County, Pensacola Catholic, and Walton rounding out that Quadrant 1 bracket there in the 2A. And then, of course, on the rural side, Jay, it's just one syllable. You've got Hawthorne and Branford. Cottondale taking on Lafayette. That is tonight, 7 p.m. kickoff. The Hawthorne-Branford games at 7:30. And then Chiefland at Willingston. Jay at Fort White. Jay, I hope you do good in that one.
Thank you.
And then Union County and Holmes County, 7:30 tonight. Pahokee and Chipley, 7:30 tonight. Akulla Christian and Bluntstown, and then Madison County and Moore Haven. That is the rural bracket with the first round tonight, quarterfinals next week, semifinals, and then state finals as well. So tons of local teams in our listening area. Good luck to all the young men out there and bring home some dubs so we can keep talking about high school football. And just a big shout out to David Hayes, Kyle Wright, Robert Fleming, the whole Mosley Dolphin broadcast team, as if this is, hopefully it's not, their last call of the season. Kudos to you guys on a wonderful job this season. The hype was real, the energy was good, and just a great aspect and wonderful job that you guys did.
You're almost very welcome.
Almost. Almost. After tonight, we'll be fully welcome.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, no, kudos.
I was saying you are everyone who is listening, most very welcome.
Ah, okay,
Yeah.
gotcha. Not almost welcome. All.
Yeah, most. Two different
welcome,
words, like
yes.
the opposite of rural.
Yeah, rural's just one syllable and one word. Fun fact.
I never made it to any of the games, but I did listen to some.
Imagine that.
I know, but I listened to some good pregame show with Fleming and you guys, and it was great.
You
I
listened
enjoyed it.
out of all the games, you've just heard a little.
I listened to the pregame. I didn't listen to much of the game, but I
He
did
doesn't
listen
get
to
good
the pregame.
reception in that couch fort.
Yeah.
That's
right.
Right.
Just one of those
I
things.
appreciate your dedication to.
Yeah, man.
I don't even listen to your songs anymore. I take my headphones off when you pick up that guitar. I'm like, dadgummit.
Yeah.
This again?
Disappointing.
I feel the love. I love you too, Dave.
Hey, well, likewise, brother.
Oh, goodness.
Maybe we can be one of the 688 out of per 100,000 people.
You guys going up to the Bay Bears?
Eskimo brothers.
Yeah. Eskimo brothers.
Oh,
indeed.
man.
All right, we got to pick some football games, and I threw a boxing fight in there as well. Jay's got 53, David's got 95. I'm hanging around like a hair in a biscuit with 80, trying to make a little move today, but some tough games to pick this week. I tried to kick the close spreads. We got 4 college, 5 NFL, and 1 boxing match. All right, Jay, Tyson or Paul?
I've got Tyson.
All right.
Yeah.
David Hayes?
I'm rooting for Mike Tyson. I don't want anyone to think that but I think Jake Paul's going to win the fight.
Yeah. I'm in that same boat, and I think Jake Paul's going to win. But I would love to see a first round KO like he did. Like he did many a time in his illustrious boxing career.
You know what? Everyone's wanting him to bite the ear off. Let's go a step further, bro.
Yeah.
Bite the nose off.
I thought you were going to say something else.
Yeah. Well, no low blows in this game.
There's the slap, Jay. There's the slap.
Well, the Arkansas, didn't we say that? Or I only remember certain things, but the Arkansas, right? Arkansas Razorbacks, they were biting people's noses off and all that kind of stuff.
Woo pig.
Woo
Sweet.
Sweet.
All right, jumping into the college football pick'ems. David goes first in this one. LSU at Florida.
LSU.
I think Florida steals a win in this one. I got to try to make a comeback. I'm going with the Florida Gators over the LSU Tigers.
You know what?
Brian Kelly gets the can. You're going with LSU
I'm going with the Gators.
Ooh,
yeah,
I like it.
I like the Gators.
It might be bad for me. I don't know. Bigger spread in this one, but wanted to see what you guys would do. We got Missouri at South Carolina. I'm going with those Gamecocks, the two-headed monster of the quarterback and running back there. Drawing a blank on their names because it's been a couple weeks since I was talking about them. But I'm going with USC.
For South Carolina?
Yeah.
Raheem Morris, Rocket Sanders.
Yes.
I mean, not Morris. Raheem Sanders.
Yes. Rocket Sanders, indeed. But yeah, Jay, who you got?
That is a dead Gamecock. No,
That's a sad Gamecock. Not bad, though. All right, so you're going with USC?
We're not picking with the spread here?
Nope.
Yeah, give me South Carolina.
I know.
Right, you know what, Ryan? Just give me everyone you take.
Can't do that.
No. Y'all can't do that. Yeah, no. Yeah.
He does have access to the spreadsheet, so he could change it if he wanted to, and I certainly don't remember who we picked. Tennessee at Georgia. Back to you, Jay.
Let's go Dogs.
Come on, you said balls earlier.
No, let's go Dogs. Let's go Dogs.
I like Georgia to win this game.
All right, well, here's one different then.
Keep that chaos rolling.
I'm going to go with Tennessee to keep the chaos rolling indeed. The Volunteers go down to Athens. Carson Beck throws 4 interceptions, 2 of them for pick sixes. Tennessee's defense gets it done against the Georgia Bulldogs. 6:30 on, I don't know if that one's on ESPN Northwest Florida or not.
What game?
Georgia.
Yes, it is. Coverage starts at 6 o'clock for a 6:30 kick. Tune in and keep it locked in, brother.
There you go, Jay. It's easy to find. Mobile app. Just your car radio, or you can go to ESPNPC.com, whatever is easiest for you. All right, the weird 2.5-point spread at home for the BYU Cougars against Kansas. David, you pick first in this one, Kansas or BYU?
Brigham Young University. Money.
I got to bet
this Ted DiBiase, baby.
$1 million man.
Yeah, sure.
That's it. I got to vote my favorite BYU Cougars as well. What do you got?
I like the Cougars.
The Cougars?
Yeah.
All right. I got to figure out why it's just 2.5. The last time BYU looked suspicious, it worked out just fine.
Kansas, it's almost the same thing, right? UCF almost knocked off Iowa State. So Kansas did knock off Iowa State, but the difference is BYU was traveling to UCF last game. Exactly. They're going to be over there.
Little higher altitude.
In the little mountainous areas of the Cougs.
Absolutely. Probably going to be pretty chilly over there. And I don't know if the Kansas Jayhawks are ready for that kind of temperature. So bet all you got, -2.5. Or just money line it.
Yeah.
Or no, take the 2.5.
Do both.
Do both, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Parlay that thing.
Parlay that thing. To it. All right. Now we're going to the NFL world, and we got about 3 minutes to go. Whose turn is it, Jay? Did you pick? No,
I think I'll go first.
Okay, you go for it. Browns at the Saints.
Let me go. Jameis bounces back. Browns after the bye.
Browns after the bye. All right. I like the Browns in this one, too. Saints got lucky last week against the Falcons. I'll take the Browns as well. Jay, who you got?
I'll go with the Browns as well.
Oh, sweep! Come on. I thought you were going to march it on in. All right. The Colts at the Jets. Which Jets team is going to show up? Anthony Richardson's back starting for the Indianapolis Colts. I don't know if that's good or bad. We shall find out. I picked first in this one. This is a very, very difficult game to pick. I think the Jets are a 4-point favorite in this one. I just hate picking the Jets, but I'm going to pick them. I'm going to take Ayahuasca Man and the Jets. Jay, who do you got?
I just figured out Richardson was the quarterback for the Colts yesterday, so I like the Colts.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm going to go with the Flying High Jets.
Or flying low.
Or low flying jets.
Yeah. Well, that one guy flew from Tetersboro to New York City in 15 minutes. Landed right there on the street.
Wow.
Actually, know somebody who works at Tetersboro Airport, ironically. All right. Ravens at Steelers. It is back to you, Jay.
Ravens at Steelers. Tomlin always finds a way to win. I'm going to
won
Pittsburgh.
7 of them so far this year.
Yeah, let's go Pittsburgh.
All right.
Going Ravens.
Yep, got to go with his boy Derrick Henry. I'm going to go with the Steelers as well. Russell Wilson's throwing a good deep ball. The Ravens secondary is 32nd in the league right now. So that's why I got the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it's at the house up there in Steel City. Falcons at the Broncos. Big game for both teams. Falcons trying to stay atop the NFC South. Broncos trying to stay 500 or better after starting 5-3, but dropping their last 2 games. David Hayes, your pick.
I'm going to take Denver, actually, in this game.
I am as well.
Nice, man.
I know.
All the games that I'm questioning, you're picking the same, so I'm like, all right, wash it out.
I think Bo Nix out-duels Kirk Cousins in this one. And, Kurt's good inside, but Mile High Stadium up there is a whole other ballgame. Probably going to be pretty chilly. And Bo Nix playing out in the Pacific Northwest the last however many years, a little more acclimated to it. So I'm going to go with the Broncos and their stout defense. Bo Nix gets a touchdown on the ground running as well. Jay.
I don't think a Falcon can fly a mile high up in the air, so I'm going to go with Denver.
I'm going to beg to differ that.
You
I
think
their
so?
altitude's a little higher, yeah.
I have to figure that one out.
I think he's about to find it out.
Yeah, I'll go Denver. I like Bo Nix.
All right, Broncos. Last but not least.
He's right, 3,500.
That's their max altitude?
Yeah.
Can't make it.
Dang.
So they can also reach speeds of over 240 miles per hour.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're fast. They're fast.
Yikes.
But they got a older guy leading the charge. All right, last but not least, does this team stay undefeated against your former team, the Buffalo Bills? I believe I picked first in this one. This is a tough one. Because you think they would lose. I'm going to go with the Bills simply because of their regular season record against the Chiefs. Jay, quick.
Bills.
David Hayes.
Going Chiefs, staying undefeated.
That's right. Y'all have a great rest of your Friday. ESPN Northwest Florida's got your Mosley Dolphins coming up tonight. We'll see y'all next week.
Mornings on ESPN Northwest Florida just got unsportsmanlike.
The issues that we're talking about are cultural.